I've had 4. This one this one is legitimately ruining my life.
Oh, let's hear this.
On
Let's
the
hear this.
Patreon, let's save it for another day.
No, we're doing it now. We're
Oh
doing it
my
now.
gosh.
This is a perfect segue. We're going
No.
right in. We've already tickled the ivories of all our 6 Patreon members. You guys get to hear this first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 11 Patreon subscribers.
We need to figure out,
Thanks,
like,
you guys.
what happens if and guys, we're learning this as we go. We don't know what we're doing, so don't think if we ever screw something up, the and I'm talking to you guys right now, the Patreon subscribers. If we
Yeah.
screw something up, just hit us up and ask us about it because we don't know what we're doing. We're trying to navigate our way through this. And what just hit me is like, so let's say you subscribed and you
Yeah.
subscribed now. You subscribed week
Right
4.
now.
Do
Yeah.
you get as a Patreon subscriber? Do you get the access to go back and get the old ones?
I feel like you should.
I feel like you should. So if you're a
Um,
Patreon subscriber and say you sign up in May, okay? If you sign up in May, you will start getting all the Pickle and Boot Shop Diabolical Brainwashing Machine episodes from the point that you sign up on. But do us a favor, just email us. Just email us, just text us, just hit us up on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter and just say, "Hey, this is my, I'm a Patreon subscriber. This is my name." And we'll try and zip you all the old files of the old ones because I think you should have access to that.
and maybe talk about you on the show. I don't know. We
Yeah, for
haven't
sure.
figured it out yet.
And again, you guys
Um,
ask us questions. Reese and I, we sit down every week and we kind of have a basic skeleton of what we want to talk about. But we just go off of stuff that we think people want to know. Uh, and we kind of have a blueprint for moving forward, maybe like the next 10 episodes of like different things that we're going to talk about each week. But if you guys have any questions, it helps us a ton if you guys ask those questions to us and
yeah.
there's things that you want to know, girls I made out with backstage or dudes that Reese made
Dudes
out
I
with
made out with.
backstage. Yeah. Things like
We
that.
basically we have topics. We have about 3 topics. We get to 1, and then Joe and I just skirt around losing
Everything.
our salvation.
Yeah.
We're just barely
Hanging on.
like our
Yeah.
pastors, if they listen to this, they're just like,
They just
oh
roll your
my
eyes.
God.
Have you ever had your pastor look at you and just go, "Bless your heart"?
Yeah. Or they're
That's
just like,
what we
does
get.
anyone have Rolaids? Get it in my face now. I need now I want it in now, in my body. I'm about to throw up. Put it in there.
Put it in there.
Need
Any
it.
hole you can get it in, just
I
poke
need
it
a
in.
Rolade suppository.
Roll a suppository
Put
in
one
the
in.
belly
I'm gonna
button.
give me an extra one in my navel just in case that thing's still hooked up.
So a friend of mine, get this,
Yeah.
a friend of mine is getting, what's a nice way of putting it? Breast enhancements, and
Uh-huh.
I heard that they go through the belly button now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
How is like what?
Laparoscopically, they figured this out.
So
That's smart.
so she's gonna get bigger boobs and they go through the belly, but I don't think I'm down. Like that's just weird. At that point, at that point at the consultation, I'd be like, you know what? I think I'm out. I think I'm good with what I got.
Nah,
No?
nah, because well, I mean, if you've already made that decision, I'm
But
gonna
you're
get some
talking
breast
18
implants.
inches up from the belly button, right? You're
Yeah,
talking about pushing saline or I don't know what they're made of nowadays. But you're talking about pushing that up through your
yeah,
belly button? Are you kidding me? I don't know how the
yeah.
human body works. I've only seen it not work. I've only seen the human body with like stab wounds and gunshot wounds and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like that to me, I wouldn't take one of those holes and then like push a saline bag up it.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research.
Please do.
Um,
So on the next one,
see, there you go. There's me skirting my salvation right there. I'm about to be like, hey, I'm just gonna look this up. I'll just do a Google search very quickly,
Google search for
and then probably for 6 or 7 hours, just
yeah.
that's the kind of product you're paying for, guys. Is borderline. If you want to pray for Joe and I, then you will have some. You'll have a lot of information on that. A lot of like,
We're gonna do a deep dive. A
or
deep
if you
dive. And how
totally
they
deconstructed your
hold
faith
up.
to the point where you're just like, I want to look at this video as well. Um, this is the podcast for you.
This is the podcast for you. The Joe and Reese, or Reese and Joe, I don't know what it is. Pickle and Boot
It's
Shop.
Joe and Reese's. We're going alphabetically. There's no favoritism here. We just
The-
whoever arranged the English alphabet. That's
All
their
right. So
fault.
Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop. Again, you guys, we don't do a podcast. Everybody does a podcast. We do a diabolical brainwashing machine. That's what this
And
is.
hopefully, if you don't feel brainwashed, just keep listening. It'll take a couple episodes.
If you don't feel brainwashed, we're doing our job.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very subtle.
Did you watch the Heaven's Gate documentary on HBO?
No, but I have been roofied, so I have that.
Okay.
I haven't been roofied. I just wanted to say that.
I'm gonna give you my HBO password, and
You know what? This is funny because you've offered this twice. Andy has also done the same thing for me this week, and I
And
don't
you
want to
didn't
get you
do
guys
it?
in trouble. I haven't done it yet. He wants me to
You're
watch Justice
unemployed.
League, the Snyder Cut. I know.
You're unemployed. What do
I
you
like
do all
Snyder.
day?
I
What do
I
you
loved
do
him
all
in
day? You're
One Day at a
unemployed.
Time.
If you're not
I don't
watching
know.
movies and you're not
I'm a
doing
legitimate
laparoscopic,
businessman, Joe. I own a microphone company, number one.
okay, so that's
It's
probably
huge.
meetings all day long with investors.
All the time. I have to shave and everything.
Okay.
I had to get some touch up on this scab on my nose from picking my zit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard knock life.
Hey, that's what Jay-Z said.
Speaking of a hard knock
Jay-Z.
life, I gotta go check on my kids because my wife, I think, she's been gone for hours,
Okay.
and
Go
they're
check
just-
on them.
I hear them down there killing each other.
At least you hear them. It's when you don't hear them that gets scary. Yeah, go ahead and go
They're
go
murdering
because
each other.
I'll do a refill too.
And I'm gonna pee. Put that on there. You're not even listening.
Well, I'm not listening.
I just said I was gonna pee.
Oh, okay. Go do it.
Dante, please cut that out. We
Yeah.
don't want people to know that I have to pee.
Dante, don't cut it out.
Okay. We just came back at the same time. Yeah.
You know who Fidrich is?
Look what I found in the bathroom. Who's Fidrich?
Mark Fidrich, the bird from the 70s. He's
No.
like he was a pitcher for the Tigers who his rookie year made the All-Star team.
Really?
Yeah, he was amazing, and he was real quirky. Like YouTube him. He would like yell at the he'd yell at the baseball. He'd draw things on pitcher's mound. So he was this real oddball dude. And
Yeah.
and then in spring training the following year, like he made it on the cover of all these magazines. He was like I said, rookie of the year, this big deal.
Hey, let me see it again. I'll post. I'll take a picture and post it on our Twitter page. Yeah, that's cool.
So then he was rookie of the year, all that stuff, and then he comes back the next year for spring training, and he jumps on a guy's back, like screwing around.
Yeah.
He jumps on a guy's back, or a guy jumped on his back, and his knee buckled,
What?
and it ruined his career. Like,
What?
from that point on, because the like the knee surgeries aren't like they are now.
Mm.
So it basically ended his career. He like bounced around. He was in Detroit for like a couple more years, was never what he once was. He couldn't get the push off the rubber on the mound.
What?
And then he like bounced around, went to like New York or went to Boston, and he retired. And then a few years ago, he would always come into Detroit. I mean, he's the Bird. That was his nickname, the Big Bird. And so he was the Bird Fidrich, and he would always come into Detroit and
Bird.
do stuff. And a few years ago, he was working on his truck at his farm in Massachusetts, and something in the vehicle caught his shirt, and it sucked it up and choked him out, and he died like working on his truck.
No.
Yeah.
That's
It was either
crazy.
that or it gave way, like whatever, like the jack, like it came down on him, and he was dead. Like people hadn't heard from him, and they were like, "We haven't heard from Mark in a while. Go out to his house." And like police went out, and like his truck was like on top of him, and like he was dead.
Oh my
Yeah, it
god.
sucked. But
What a cool jersey to have.
yeah, so the Fidrich was the Bird is like a big deal here in
Right.
Detroit. Not a lot of people have his
The
jersey. Whenever I wear this out, people are like, especially old, like kids don't know who he is, but the older generation, like my parents' generation, my
those fuckers don't know who Alan Trammell is.
no Lou Whitaker to
Shit.
Alan Trammell or Trammell to
Fuck
Lou.
those.
No,
Fuck those kids.
yeah, exactly.
Um, are
All
we
right,
back
Dante, we're
on?
starting here, I think.
Dante, don't put him fuck those kids.
Well, or we could, but yeah, we're back now, so we're
We're
officially
back.
live starting now. Um so yeah, so with the way that you figure out band politics, we've kind of gone over all this, going back to our original thing, like mission
Yeah.
statements, kill switches, democracies, all that stuff that goes into figuring out a band. Um, Anything else with that? Like anything else that that comes to mind that you could share with the Patreon listeners that like maybe opens up a actually stop that. Dante, stop that. We're way past that.
Way past
Um, so cut all that out. I'm gonna start right now. So three, two. So do you have any like regrets as far as like with the Khalees situation? So Khalees, amazing
it.
girl,
We're back to this.
super nice. And do you have anything like that where you're just like, oh my gosh, open mouth, insert foot? Can you pick
Regarding
one?
Khalees,
Not necessarily Khalees, but anybody. Like anybody as you toured, like, did you have a regret? Because we didn't have this in the show notes, but now I'm all bummed out because of what I did to her. So
dude,
make
I
me
have
feel
nothing
better.
but regrets. I regret I was in a Christian ska band. I am
See, not
still in a
me.
Christian ska band.
See, not
All
me.
right, I don't at this point. I feel like I've gone through some dark times where I was just like, "Oh my god, this is so embarrassing."
No, I
I think
I agree with you. I think we all go through that Macaulay Culkin phase. We all
yeah.
go through that, like what made us, well, I'm not gonna say us. What made you famous is like what you hate. Macaulay Culkin, what made him famous was what he hates,
Yeah.
being home alone. But then I think you get older and you realize that like that's your bread and butter. Like if Macaulay Culkin ever gets to that point where he's like, you know what? Heck yeah. I love Home Alone. That made me millions of dollars. It made me a household name. And I'm going to
Yeah.
embrace it. And I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do a Home Alone 7 where I'm the parent and I forgive
He
my
should.
kid. Like, I like when people embrace what made them famous.
I read an article with William Shatner, and like he did this whole he hosted Saturday Night Live and did a whole sketch where he was just like dogging on Star Trek fans and
Yeah, I remember that
because
skit.
that's how he felt. That's
Yeah,
how he
yeah, yeah.
was. He was just like, I don't want this to define me, Star Trek. Star Trek, which is like maybe one of the coolest science fiction things of all time. But like he
I don't know about
we've
that.
we've debated this. It's fine if you don't hold it up to Star Wars, or sometimes better. I would say, especially now. Um,
I'm gonna be honest with you, Reese. Like you kind of explaining it to me, it does make me want to try it. It does. Like
yeah,
now that I'm older, and here's the thing: Star Wars has gone downhill. So like the Star Wars that I knew as a kid, that like totally captured me,
Yeah.
It's failed me later in life. Like, the
Right.
movies have gotten worse.
It's
So,
still good though.
yeah, it is still good, and, some of the best characters are in the movies. Like, I think the best characters are, Kylo Ren. Like, he's one of my all-time faves now. Um, what's his name? Inuit Chirrut or whatever, the blind guy from Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that guy who played the Ip Man
Yeah.
in the kung fu movies, he's my second favorite of all time, and my third favorite of all time, also from Rogue One, K2S9 or
Totally.
K2SO, the
Yeah.
droid. So, even though there are these characters in these later movies, and Rogue One is just a ridiculous good movie,
Yeah.
but even in the
Agreed.
other ones, it's let me down, which makes me think that as a 43-year-old, if I thought Star Trek sucked growing up, maybe, just maybe, as a 43-year-old, if I start watching, I might be like, "Oh, you know what? I see what the appeal is. I think this is pretty cool." So I do have to give it another shot.
It's like listening to old albums where you have to forgive the production. You have to be like, all right, well, this was made in the 80s. Like
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're
they put
right.
a lot of the snare has a lot of echo. But you just get into it because you're like, this is what happened then. And I think like when you're watching the original series, there is a lot of really corny stuff. But if you look at it through that lens, then you're like, this is really
What happens if you look at it
intricate
with
and
Frank
groundbreaking.
lens?
Yeah, then I don't know.
Okay.
If you look at it with Frank lens, no. But
Have you ever
like,
watched Star Trek with Frank lens? I
I have
haven't.
not. I need to.
So continue.
Frank.
I totally derailed you.
Yeah, I was like, Frank, what is a Frank lens? And then I realized you were talking about the person Frank Lens.
Yes. Extraordinary drummer and
Extraordinary
songwriter.
anything.
Yeah.
Songwriter, singing.
Yeah.
He's really I wonder what that dude is up to. Frank, if you're listening.
He did a podcast recently.
Did he really?
Yeah, there's a podcast that I was on. I had the pleasure, the honor of being on. It's called As the Story Grows.
Yeah.
And so I was on there. They interviewed me as far as the insiders go, and then I was looking through the other ones that are on this guy's thing, and he does one with Frank Lenz, and so
Okay.
it's fantastic. You got to listen to it
I would love to listen to
as the
that. That
story
dude is
grows.
amazing. Um we went to the third level of derailment because we were talking
Star
about
Trek,
regrets that we had,
but
and
then
then
we
we
were talking
went to
about Star
Star
Trek.
Trek versus Star Wars.
Yeah,
So Star Trek, anyway, uh, William Shatner, I read some article with him where he was talking about he had to hang out with Patrick Stewart at a Star Trek convention or something, and he did not care for it. He felt like Star Trek was like the worst thing he'd ever done, and he hated that it defined his life. That all anybody wanted to talk about was Captain Kirk. He was like, I was something else. So he hangs out with Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart, who was a legitimate like Shakespearean actor who was in Kenneth Branagh films, Shakespeare Bill Beer films before this, and he was the real deal. Shatner was like his dad was a pro wrestler, got some moves, he used it as Captain Kirk. He was kind of a decent actor. He was on the Twilight Zone, some other shows, and then got this, and he wanted to be more, and he could never move past that. He could never move past it on like TJ Hooker or whatever. He's still Captain Kirk. So he's talking about this with Patrick Stewart, who realized that all he is ever going to be known as is Captain Picard, and he loved it. He embraced it. He was like, "What a great thing to be known as! I'm the captain of this thing." And whether this show is kind of corny and has bad um, special effects and stuff, it impacts people's lives. People love it. This is the thing they love the most. They don't have conventions for, like
TJ
for
Hooker.
three TJ Hooker. They don't have it for One Day at a Time or Three's Company. Those are good shows, but like it's a transformative thing. It is like a cultural experience. Star Trek, people are into it, into it. People, there's some lady that like she's famous because she wore a Star Trek uniform to jury duty. That kind of stuff. That doesn't happen with that other thing, with anything else. And so Captain, Patrick Stewart was just like, you should really be proud of what you've done. You made this thing alive to people. And he it was like a switch went off for Shatner, and he just was like, "You're right. This is meaningful." So for me, I feel like all my bad talking about ska and about being in a Christian ska band and being like in the third wave, which was just everywhere at the time. I'm so thankful for what it has done for people and done to people, and the fact that I got to do it for a living. We talked about this before, but like I I want that. I don't want to go back to touring 9 months a year, maybe for a little bit, but we had, you know, and again, I can't complain about how Five Iron is right now. We're so blessed. We had two amazing Kickstarters, and when we
Yeah,
quote
let's
unquote
not talk
tour,
about that. Let's not talk about that money.
when we go on tour, quote unquote, we fly to one place, rent a car, drive to another place, drop off the car, and go home. Like we play two shows. We right into our thing that we're not going to stay in any crap hotels anymore, and not sleep at people's houses. Not like unless you want, you go to your uncle's town and you're like, hey, can I stay at your house? I want to see you. That kind of thing. But we stay in nice hotels. They feed us nice. We fly. Like our main worry is we're old and it hurts the next day.
Yeah,
And
no, that
sometimes
ain't
we have to
happening with the
work.
insiders. I could
So
never see
we,
that happening with the insiders. People
dude,
ponying up that
it could
cash.
happen. It could happen.
It
We
could.
could do it. We could do this together, and it will happen.
Like we always talk about the big three, and then I
Mhm.
don't want to leave Squad 50 out, but like it's like the
No,
big 3.5. Like they always talk about Supertones, Five Iron Insiders, but
yeah,
Squad was there for a while. Like when they were their Op Ivy sound, like they were,
they were on Capitol Records.
yeah.
They were huge. Like
Until
in
their
terms
Bombs
of
Over Broadway album came out on like 9/11.
yeah.
That
No, it came out
that
I
didn't
just
go
listened to
well.
a podcast with Jeff, and it came out a year before, but it was still like on the shelves, like Bombs Over Broadway, and it's just like these three planes flying into buildings or dropping bombs.
Yeah, with like the trade towers in the background.
Yes, so that
Oh,
did
yikes.
did hurt them.
Collar
So,
pull.
but like as far as being commercially successful, they were by far the most commercially successful of us all.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, it's so we went on a like a 2 week tour with Real Big Fish. Somehow they like we got back together and they're like, oh, we should take Five Iron out. So it was us and Beebs and her Moneymakers, and then
I've
a
never heard of that.
punk band called Beautiful Bodies.
Don't know them
That was
either.
on they were on Epitaph
Okay.
for a minute. Um Super cool bands. We went on like this 2-3 week tour with them. They asked us to do it. And we just finished our album, did the Kickstarter, and we're like, yeah, okay, let's try this. All of us were able to get off work except for Micah. So we had somebody fill in for Micah. And
Fill
we
in
went on
for
this,
Micah. That's like
yeah,
countertop material
they
for
filled
Micah.
in for Micah.
Yeah.
Yes. If you guys don't know how to pick up these wonderful products, go to the back of Home Depot and you can fill in for Micah. Yeah, so we did it and we got this killer deal because somebody at there's this I think it's called Bandbox. It's like somebody that did what you guys used to do. They took an old box truck, like an old moving truck, and just pimped it out
Okay.
inside. But it was super pro. So there was bunks in it. It was like a tour bus, but you could drive it yourself. So we drove it. I scratched the crap out of it when I parked here at my house. So we lost our deposit, but um, yeah, it was 2 weeks of us as middle-aged people discovering touring again, and it was like first 3 shows. First show you're just like, what are we doing up here? Oh yeah, we're playing a show. Second show, you're starting to get excited. Third show, it's like muscle memory, like it's drilled in. You're like, yeah, I remember. This is where we all jump. We spit water on each other. I jump off the drum riser. All the stuff is coming back. Like it's just getting crazy. It got to the point where I couldn't walk.
Yeah, yeah.
I would we'd wake up in the parking lot of some Target, and the guy that was mixing our sound and kind of managing, like doing road managing for us, his name's Ben. He's an amazing dude. He'd leave us a little note. Hey, we're at Target. If you want to get in, go get something. You want to go to the bathroom. Then we're going to go to the venue at about 3, or we'll go to this place and eat at 10. Super nice. I didn't work though. My body just could not do it. And I remember, so part of it too is we never drank before in Five Iron. We had some secular tours and we'd be like, yeah, we'll have a beer with this other band. But this time we're like, we'll get into this later, but I have to drink Fireball on stage to hit some of these high notes that I've found out. So I mix Fireball whiskey and a little bit of water in a Starbucks cup. And if I can't hit the notes, I can feel it. I'll just swig it. And it's like coming up through my stomach, magic. Just like I grow an octave and I can sing all this stuff, but that stuff is nasty. And by the next day, you will. I don't want to say it's nasty because I wrote these guys and asked them for a sponsorship. So it's delicious.
It's fantastic.
However,
I love Fireball.
consuming that much sugar with alcohol will give you a hangover, and you can feel yourself getting it as you're sipping it.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 days into this tour, like that was happening, I would wake up the most hungover I've ever been in my life, and I couldn't walk. Like I could not make my parts work. I could not move my legs. So I'd get up and like try and stretch things, try and get like this foot I can't stand on, or this
Oh,
leg does not work, and do that for about 10 to 15 minutes and then just hobble into the Target or whatever so I could go pee. And like as the day progressed, I'd stretch and get better and then loosen up, and then we'd start playing the show, and there's some voice in my head that's just like, "Come on, old man, jump off that. Why don't you break something?" And then it would just go back on, and then the next day I couldn't walk again.
yeah.
So I don't want to do that again. There's no possible way we can put on a good show if we're touring like that.
Right. Like you can't
Like,
just like stand there and clap and sing.
no. I mean, it'll get to that point. People don't give up on Five Iron because
You can give
we'll
up on
stick
the
around.
insiders. You
We're
guys can
gonna
give
be
up
like,
on the insiders.
no, man. This part of my goal in this podcast is bringing you guys back.
I think the
Gonna
only
get it
way that we're
back.
coming back is like if I show up at at a Five Iron show and you guys learn insider songs and I sing it, like
It
that's the
will
only way.
happen.
We just can't, like, as far as the insiders go, we just can't get together and like find that time anymore. I mean,
You
I
know
could
what
go
would
through. So, I'm a roofer, and then our drummer Nate, excuse me, he's an associate pastor.
yeah.
Our bass player, uh, Miller Time, he is a lighting, and he does like lighting and photo video stuff. Like he does like big time commercials. So
Yeah.
like Buick and Ford hire him to do commercials. And he does like the lighting and takes photos and video.
What about Bo?
Bo is a head pastor, so but I don't
Wow.
think Bo would ever wanna do the insiders again. If we went out, it would be Miller time.
Did he not enjoy it?
I don't know if he did or not. I mean,
Wow.
his wife has some ailments, and so
Yes.
he needs to be close for her. And so, yeah, so Miller time is our bass player, and like for him, yeah, so he does like big time like commercials and stuff. So he's booked out like a year in advance. And then on guitar, I don't know who we would have on guitar. So obviously Kyle's on the Lamb. And then we have Mike Lloyd, who came after Kyle, who had moved to California, but he moved back to Michigan
Yeah.
and he's here. So I guess we could ask him. We also have Matt Darcy, who has been our guitar player for the most part since Kyle left. And he's married. I mean, he's working. I think he's like a DJ, like he does
Yeah.
weddings and he does all sorts of stuff and has a very good DJ business going. So again, he's like booked out weekends, months in advance. As far as like horn players, we have Al Brown. Al Brown's our trumpet player. He's a real estate guy, so I don't know how easy it would be for him. I mean,
Flexible.
yeah, I think he would be flexible. On trombone,
Sang is a nurse. That's flexible.
but Sang hasn't done anything with us in forever. So like our recent
He did a
trombonist,
show with us. He
yeah,
filled
I
in
think
for
he's played with
Dennis.
you more than he's played with us in the last 10
Oh
years.
my gosh.
But like our trombone players, we have a guy named Tim Reynolds, and
Uh-huh.
he's a lawyer, I believe, and he's been in all sorts of bands. He's been like in a lot of like popular bands here in Detroit. One's called Telegraph, lots of stuff, and he has his own thing where he kind of does like Irish folk music. But
Okay.
he's played trombone for us, and then we have another guy named Doug Engel. He's played trombone for us, and he is a music teacher for one of the local junior highs here.
No.
Yeah, in this city called Berkeley, I believe. So he's a Berkeley middle school band teacher. And so he can't get away unless it's, spring break or summer break or something like that. So it's like everybody, like weekly, I really do weekly have people Facebooking the insiders and stuff like that, asking us to play shows, asking us like someone's always coming
So
up with an angle like, hey, we're going to do this. Would the insiders do a reunion tour, or a reunion show for whatever
yeah.
they have going to kind of like make it like a little bit more, for lack of a better word, like star power or draw.
Yeah.
But we
So
we don't have that draw anymore.
I'm gonna throw this out, and this is why we have worked. We've gotten 2 of these machines. We're on the second one, but like we have so we have in-ears on stage. This was kind of pricey. This was like most of our money from the first Kickstarter
Where you guys made
was
like $1.3 million.
yeah. That was the Supertones. Not to talk crap about them, but they
Let's
left
talk
me
crap
at a
about the
rest
Supertones,
stop
but
and the diaper. Okay, never mind. Let's just one time I got stuck in the mud and Matt Morginski made me get more stuck in the mud. And we were stuck for days. I had to sleep in the bus because I was afraid of people robbing it. Okay, never
what?
mind. We'll talk about this another time.
Okay.
We took the Kickstarter money and we were like, we should invest in some gear because we never did this before. So we got in-ear rigs for everybody, and then we got this thing that allowed us to mix our own mix on stage. So we we're on the second version of this. The first version was all hardware, and then we got a Mackie thing. It's like about $2,000, but it's like all these churches that are getting rid of their boards, and you see the guys mixing on an iPad.
Okay.
That's what this thing does. So
Okay.
you may go to a 5 iron show and you see us turn around and we're like on our phones. First of all, we are jerks, but that we're not doing this because of that. We're mixing the set. So if you're like, I can't hear myself, you can go on there and turn yourself up or
Oh,
turn
wow.
Sunny down or
Holy
whatever.
cow, I didn't know about this technology.
Yeah, it's so cool. So it's got like, who knows, like 32 tracks into it. We just run the entire mains in through this, and then it comes back out and it goes through the mains. But then we get this thing where you have an iPad or your iPhone and or an Android. I guess it works on Android. And you go back and you can put in your own mix, and it stays from show to show. So usually when you're playing shows, you're like, this sounds so different. I can't figure out where I'm at. You're always like, I need more kick drum, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you have it. It's in your ears, and if you just push your ears in, it sounds the same as the last show. Or if you want that loudness and you want to get
Yeah.
hyped to the show, you pull one ear halfway out. But we also have a click track. So Andy
Oh.
plays to a click track. He starts it, runs it, and then you're so for me, who I have no sense of rhythm, I can always have this thing the loudest, and I'm like, "Oh, now I can sing Blue Comb and not get off, like, in the middle." Um, or, like punk songs like Milestone, I would always it gets so loud on stage, I would always gravitate to the snare, like it's the loudest thing when
Yeah,
you're in the
yeah,
middle
yeah,
of
for
stage.
sure.
But, you're on the upbeat, and so you're supposed to be singing on the downbeat, so you're behind everybody or in front of everybody, and they give you dirty looks because they could hear, they were over by the drummer or whatever. Um, so we do that. And then to practice, the guys who are in Denver, they just make a MP3 with the click track. Like, this is what you're going to hear on stage. Maybe two guitars and bass, and sometimes the horns, some background vocals, and this click. Like, just stuff you need to listen to. They'll send it to me with the click panned all to one side and the music all to the other side. So if I'm listening like in headphones or in my car, I can just mess with the balance. Like,
Okay.
I need more click. I'll just turn the left balance up. And then I drive to work and I sing the songs, and then I'm like practiced. We all
Wow.
do that. Yeah. And then you don't need to live anywhere because Sonny lives in LA. I live here in Virginia.
You don't need to live anywhere. You
Dennis,
could be homeless.
you can be homeless as long as you have something to listen to MP3
You can
songs.
be homeless as long as you have thousands of dollars in listening equipment.
Yes, and then you're fine.
Just do a
So
Kickstarter, make $1.8 million, and
that's all you have to
then
do.
buy that stuff.
That's it. It
Boom.
really
Simple.
I think that the in-ears are the most expensive thing. But like you can get a decent pair of like Chinese, like off-brand in-ears that have like 12 drivers. You can get a decent one of those for like $100.
See, I
Or
never had those. I always had the Sonic 2
uh
earplugs that filtered out like the top 6 harmful decibels, or so it said.
yes.
But now at age 43, 20 years later, I can rarely hear people. I don't talk about this with anybody. I can't
You
I
have
can't hear people. I gotta look at people's lips as they move. A lot of times what people are saying to me is muddy. I have to ask 3 times, "What'd you say?"
yes.
And then I have to, like, stare at their mouth like, "What are you saying?" Man, like, my hearing is
What's
shot, dude.
happened?
I don't know. So, like, all these years, like, I would put these Sonic 2s in, and it's supposed to filter the sound, and it really would work, like, in the sense that if you've ever left a show, like, you go see Rancid or you go see
Yeah.
some band, and you leave at the end of the night, and you got that whistle, you get that "ee" in your ear. If you wore the Sonic 2s, they were these earplugs that had this filter in it, this metal, like, little canister filter. It would make it so that would never happen. Like, you would never hear
So
that.
you wore them for shows.
I wore them for shows, like, they came in, like, a little case, I put them in, and so I could hear what's coming through my monitors, I could hear the band on stage, but I didn't have in-ear
Yeah.
monitors. And so these things, like, worked for me, or so I thought. But here I am at 43, and I feel like I have the ears of, like, an 80-year-old, or someone who's been
Y
through the
you
war,
probably do.
you
Yeah.
know? And now working roofing, when that nail gun goes off, toot, 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 like that doesn't help your ears. Like
No.
those types of those types of things don't help.
So did you always wear the earplugs, or do you feel like you
Always.
did some damage?
I always wore them. I always wore them. And then after the insiders kind of subsided, like if I did go to a show and I was like just a normal dude going to a show. So if I went
Yeah.
to a Blink 182 show, I bought a ticket just like everyone else. And I would go, like I might forget, excuse me, I might forget my earplugs. And so then you leave that show and you got that whistle in your ear.
Yeah. Yeah.
But who knows how much like
Yeah.
your ears are actually damaged just because you're not hearing the whistle doesn't mean
Every
you
time
didn't.
you hear that, you've done damage.
Yeah, yeah,
Every
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You've done permanent damage. Your ears will never go back.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I was like, so I was pre-med. I knew about this. I always wore earplugs. Always. But there's just times when you're like, you don't have it on. You're on stage for sound check, and your drummer just is like, I gotta test my snare. I just gotta hit it. Or I'm here, I'm gonna hit it. And you're just like, there it goes.
Yeah.
Like there goes part of my hearing, man.
Yep.
And like it happens, or you're at a show, or I think just normally in life, you're exposed to loud sounds. You're gonna lose some of that hearing, but being in a band, you're just asking for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
I I was always the dude, they made fun of me. They would always be like, "Oh, get your earplugs." They never wore them, and now they're all like, "I'm losing my hearing."
Yeah.
Except here's me gloating about it. I jacked my hearing, not being in a band, but doing construction, where I would just be like, I gotta run this, like this oscillating tool and cut just this piece out of drywall. And that thing is freaking so loud. It's like
Yeah.
being at the loudest concert. And you're just all of a sudden like,
Yeah.
me. Yeah. So, like in the last 4 years, just doing that stuff, lost hearing. Like I'm
Yeah.
probably at the same level those guys are.
Yeah. I got
Like
it.
poor kids. I was like, "Dad, why do you have the music so loud?" And I'm just like, "If it's too loud, you're too old."
Yeah.
But that's not true.
That's not true, and I don't want you guys to hurt your ears, so I'll turn it down.
I'm old.
Dad, why are you
Thanks.
listening to iCarly on 76 volume?
Right. Learn sign language now, you little ingrates.
Yeah,
Learn it.
exactly. Exactly.
Just freaking
Exactly.
learn. Learn how to write things out on this whiteboard, because that's
Do it.
gonna be you taking care of me and wiping my ass in 20 years.
In 3 years.
3 years.
'Cause
So close.
it's
You're
not
so
that I'm
close.
not gonna
Watch
be
your
able to
mouth.
do it myself, it's just you're gonna be doing it.
Just like, man, it's hard to reach back
Yeah.
there.
You know what? It's not even hard, it's just labor intensive, and I just wanna as much as I can
Labor.
eliminate stress in my life,
I, uh,
I just wanna be able to
I
poop
gotta save
standing
my
up and
energy for
then
reaching into this bag of chips.
yeah. So I'll poop standing up, and then if
Poop
you guys
standing
come
up.
in and just clean me up, we'll call it a day.
I don't want to put my butt where you guys did on
Yeah.
that seat.
Yeah,
You
it's
spit
gross.
toothpaste on there. I've seen it. It's nasty. You pee all over. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna stand up here. Whatever. Poop.
Yeah.
Poop from the top of the sink or the back of the.
Yeah. Or you know what?
You
I
love
might
me,
even
right?
poop in the shower, and then
I'm
I'll
your
just
father.
I might poop in the shower and then just waffle stomp it down the drain. You know? That's
It's therapeutic, man. That's
it
why
is. It is.
people that are really into tactile things, you
Yeah.
want to squish
Yeah.
things. Well, here you go. Nature's miracle.
That's how we do it here in the
Do it.
Dirty Mitten, Michigan, Detroit.
I love the dirty mitten.
The Dirty Mitten, baby.
We've gone almost this whole podcast into just this. You can just see the plane crashing. For the other 3 podcasts we've done, Joe, I feel it like at the beginning. We just start being like, "Oh yeah," and then I squish my own poop down and I poop in the shower, and then we just keep feeding off each other, and it keeps going, and you just see the plane descending. There's no engines. We're just going down.
Yeah.
Pilot's just like,
Just
I
a
got
naked
this.
hang glide. Just a naked hang glide over a prison.
The pilot's already bailed out. It's
He
on the
he's
co-pilot.
gone.
It's on
He's gone.
Junior.
He's
He's out.
gone. We're
He's
just
gone.
we're
He's
just
passed out drunk.
we're just staring out the side door like, "Should we do this or not?" And,
That's
yeah,
it. That's what this podcast is,
that's
people.
what it
I
is.
mean, this maniacal brainwashing machine.
Yeah, don't you dare say podcast. We don't podcast. We
So
brainwash
sorry.
the people.
We
And
do.
with that being said, you guys, this comes to the end of the Patreon version of episode 4 of the Pickle and Boot Shop Diabolical Brainwashing Machine. And we thank you guys so much again on Real Talk. As far as you guys listening, you guys are paid subscribers. We thank you so much. This is just fun for us to do. But this is like a labor of love. There's a lot that goes into it. And if you're like, well, what goes into it? I'm going to let you know right now. There's an $18 a month cost that goes into providing what they call a podcast home. Um, Reese and I, as we maneuver through this and try and get through this, there's technical things like whether it's buying microphones, whether it's buying new cords, whether it's doing that type of stuff that we need to do. And then when it goes back to the Patreon stuff, like the stuff that you're paying for, we want to be able to take that money and turn it back and help, whether that's t-shirts, whether that's those things, whether those gifts that are at those different levels that we can do. There's a lot of things that could go into this, and we'll do as much of our money as we possibly can. But anything that you guys donate, we thank you. We don't cast that off. We don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
We thank you a ton. And if you could also go one step further and just leave a review, it's just a way that podcast like internet algorithms work. If you could give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, Reese, me and you come from the same school of thought where self-deprecation is king. Um, if you guys want to leave us a thumbs down and review us, that's fine. We would love to be the most thumbs down podcast or diabolical brainwashing machine on the internet. But that's the way the algorithms work. As long as you're rating it and typing something, it makes the internet recognize you. And so if you could give us
Wow.
1 star, 2 star, 3 stars, if you could give us thumbs up, thumbs down, if you could at
I
least say
recommend 4 or
something.
5 stars,
Yeah, I
but
would I would say go 5.
you
I mean,
choose.
yeah, I mean, I would say go
You
5. What do
choose.
you hold? You can't take them with you, so you might as well pass out the stars.
Right.
And just do that. Just and again, the other thing is the greatest thing that you can do for us is share us with somebody else. So hey, just as you did with Five Iron, or maybe you did with the Insiders. Hey, have you heard this band? Have you heard this diabolical brainwashing machine? Share that with somebody, and just so we could get another listener. And if everybody just tells one other person, that would be a fantastic thing. Reese, do you have
Be
anything to
wonderful.
add before we get out of here?
I just same thing. I second what you said. Thank you for supporting our diabolical brainwashing machine.
We hope to have more
We love
social
you
media
guys.
up too. Like we have Twitter. Where can they hit us on
Yeah.
Twitter?
At PB wait. At PB Oot Shop. So capital P, capital B Oot Shop.
Yeah.
I think do we have a Facebook? No, we don't have
We
Facebook
don't.
yet. We do have an
we
email. I think it's pickleandbootshop@gmail.com.
we will have a Facebook site and we will have Instagram probably in the next week. So if you guys want to follow us on that, and Reese and I will just post whatever stupid photos or whatever we want to do, and they could be clues as to what the next podcast will be talked about, or if we talk about something that has been captured on video or picture, we'll post those too, so you can kind of laugh along with us at any of that stuff. So that is that. We want to thank you guys so much. Also on the down low, we continue to infiltrate the Satanic Podcast Network. And so, even though today, on today's episode, Pickle and Boot Shop number 4, we didn't give away any of our plan of attack, just know, you guys, it's still in the works. It's still happening.
Still in the works.
It's still going. Our plan is moving forward to thwart the devil and knock him down a few pegs.
Yeah. And even though we are second-rate ska bands, we're not the Supertones, but we're still doing the Lord's work. We're taking down the Satanic Podcasting Network.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you guys are on HBO Max, watch Machine Gun Preacher. We are the Gerard Butler of the Satanic Podcast Network. So we're gonna take him down.
And if you aren't, just I am Joe, and he'll give you his password.
There you go. So you guys, thank you for listening. Tune in next week. We hope to release, I think this week we wanted to release on April Fool's Day, and that got screwed up. We didn't do that right. Something happened. But Reese, are we gonna release every Thursday? Are we going every Friday? Or what day are we gonna release?
It feels too perfect to do every Friday. I feel like we should do every Thursday.
Yeah, because we're a perfectly imperfect troop, if you will. So every Thursday, content coming out. We're gonna do our darndest to make that happen. And so I think that's about it, man.
All right.
Are you good, Reese?
Great.